LockNReload. So again, I have an AR-15, and like any AR-15, you can take it in many different directions, whether you want to set up in a WRL weapon, or go to war gun, or you want a good precision target tack driver rifle, or you want it for a good home defense. There is an accessory, and I don't really consider it an accessory, that make or break this. Because there is going to be a time where it's going to be hard to get good US GI magazines, which are one of the more reliable ones, provided they have the green followers in them. So I'm on the hunt to go ahead and get the most reliable magazine for the money for my AR-15. Again, I'm budget minded, it is what it is. So the first magazine I actually bought, and y'all are going to laugh, I'm aware of that. This is a Thermo mold magazine. This magazine is made by Master Mold in Wilson, North Carolina. So again, this is a Thermo mold magazine made here in the United States. You can pick them up from anywhere from $4 to $10. So you're not spending a lot of money. My whole philosophy on trying to find a good reliable magazine is also trying to find a magazine that I can use at the range, not spend an arm and a leg and all my toes for. Because again, my good magazines that I do buy, I want to just, shoot them to make sure they're reliable a couple times and then go ahead and pack them away. I spend a lot of time at the range, whether I'm static shooting, run and gun, zombie apocalypse training, or zombie response team training, stuff like that. I want a good magazine I can beat around and don't worry about. And so far, after 50 to 60 rounds, again, this is my preliminary review. I don't have a whole lot of ammunition to run through these. And again, I have 2 of them. I want to find a good magazine that I can beat the crap out of, and I don't have to worry about breaking, because they go from, $5 to $10 a copy. Again, this is a 20-round magazine made by Master Mold out of Wilson, North Carolina. Again, made here in the United States. I like them. They're small, they're compact. At least the 20 rounds. They do make a 30-round magazine. They might make a more more high-capacity magazine. They fit into your mag wells very, very well. When they are fully loaded, you have to give that extra little slam. So you get them to about there, and then you just go ahead and do what you got to do to get it in with the bolt closed. Obviously, they go in easier when the bolt is open. And again, 20-round magazine. So far, very little wear marks other than where the magazine catches and the magazine catch slot. My concerns are the feed lips, because they are made out of polymer and a thermal mold. This is a molded magazine, so it is all one piece. The follower I have a concern on. Maybe later on in life it will start tilting. I'm not entirely sure. There is a rib on these magazines. There's an ideology and an ideology for the ribs. They also serve a purpose. You can actually get a Thermo mold magazine coupler made by Master Mold. It goes around here. That way, you can coupler 2 of them together. I'm not a big fan of couplers. That's why I own one. I rarely ever use it, and I'm just not a huge fan of them. But to each his own. Not a whole lot to say about this magazine. It's inexpensive. So far, it's a good range magazine. If you don't want to go ahead and take your good aluminum or stamped steel magazines and go beat them up right away, this is a good, solid, viable option so far. Stay tuned for my after action on this, because I'm sure I will by the end of the summer. Also, with a thermal mold magazine, you might be aware of this, you might not. If not, I'm going to show you. On the thermal mold magazine, it has a floor plate. There are some magazines out there that do not have a removable floor plate. But this one's got a unique design. The floor plate is relatively huge, actually. But this floor plate comes off as one piece. And the floor plate itself has, 2 holes, one to retain the actual inner floor plate, and the other drain, and it has a drain hole, which is kind of nice. But yeah, it just comes out, and the follower does come out, but I just don't really want to take it out. And then it goes back in just as simple. There it is. But again, these are my initial thoughts. I have a funny feeling at over time, the feed lips, because they are not reinforced by any metal, they are strictly Zytil polymer, whatever this magazine's made out of, but it is a thermomold polymer magazine. I can foresee the feed lips wearing out over time, but we'll find that out. The follower, I'm not entirely sure if it's anti-tilt, so time will tell on if this magazine holds up. I figure a good test is about few hundred up to 1,000 rounds of ammunition that I run out of, each magazine, or collectively, whatever comes first. Ammunition's not cheap, but it is what it is. So again, that's about it for the preliminary review on the Master Mold Thermomold magazines. Again, this magazine is made in Wilson, North Carolina. In other words, this is a United States made magazine. I like buying things from the US. Keeps our business here in the States. Anyway, this is LockNReload with a gear review, preliminary gear review on the Master Mold magazine. Again, it's a 20-round magazine. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, leave them at the bottom. Feel free to rate, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Anyways, this is LockNReload. As always, I'll catch you later.